What's up, everyone? Today we are going to be talking about the 5 things that you should start doing immediately if you want to be happy. I made a similar video to this one before, and it was the 10 things to stop doing if you want to be happy, so I will leave that down below, and I'll also put it somewhere on the screen around right now. But today I'm going to be telling you the 5 things that you should definitely start doing if you're not already, if you want to be happier. The first thing that you want to do is surround yourself with people that you want to be like. And no, I don't mean that you want to be them or have their life or you're jealous of them or anything like that. I know we've all heard the phrase, you are the company that you keep, right? So if you surround yourself with people, friends, family members, whoever, and they may be living a life that you wouldn't want to live. For example, people who don't have any goals or aspirations, or people who basically don't have the desire to live their best life and make their current situation better. And you are the type of person that does have bigger goals and bigger aspirations, and you really do put forth the effort to make your life as best as possible. If you surround yourself with people that are not like-minded and don't think the same way, you'll find yourself acting more like those people. You may find yourself partying more on the weekend instead of working towards the goal that you have set out for yourself, or doing the minimum at your job even though you know that you want to get further along in your career, because you're constantly surrounded with people who tell you that that's okay. And I know we've all heard the phrase, everyone wants to see you do well, but not better than them, right? If you continuously surround yourself with those kind of people and that kind of energy, it's impossible for it not to affect you. So the best thing to do is surround yourself with people that do have those goals and do have those aspirations, and even people that are already there. Because if you surround yourself with people who are where you want to be, it'll just motivate you even more to work harder to get there instead of doing the opposite. The second thing that you should start doing immediately if you want to be happy is trust until you have a reason not to. And I know this can be really hard for some people, and I just don't mean in romantic relationships, but friendships, family members, co-workers, just people in general. But I'm gonna give an example if you're in a relationship. All of the time I see people in relationships try to control each other so much because they're so worried about the other person doing something that they don't want them to do. Whether it's cheating, leaving them, or just doing something that will hurt them in some way or make them look like a fool. Why spend so much time worrying about something that hasn't happened? If you think about it, what's the worst thing that's gonna happen? They're gonna cheat on you or they're gonna leave you. And if they do either of those things, then that wasn't the person for you anyway. So wouldn't it be better if you knew that now instead of later? My whole thought process is do you. I don't want to control anything that you do. I want you to do whatever you want. And when I say whatever you want, I truly mean whatever you want. And you may be thinking, oh, so if they want to cheat on you, you want them to? If someone wants to cheat on me, or someone wants to leave me, or someone wants to be with someone else, I don't want to prolong the process. So honestly, if that's something that's going on in that other person's head anyway, I would rather them act on it sooner than later, because that way I'm not wasting years in a relationship that's not meant for me. Instead, I could be out there finding somebody that is. To me, jealousy is a wasted emotion. So no, I'm not the type of person that thinks, oh, just because someone is my boyfriend, they can't have any female friends, or they can't talk to someone of the opposite sex, or they can't spend time away from me, or they can't do things like go out with their friends or go on trips or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, they're the ones that owe me loyalty. And if something were to happen where that would be broken, it's on them. It's not on anyone else. So instead of spending your time going through phone, emails, social media accounts, trying to regulate where the person goes, who they're with, who they're talking to, just let the person do what they want. And I feel like the best kind of relationship is where both people can do exactly what they want to do when they want to do it, and none of those things involve hurting the other person or making them look like a fool. And that's how you know your relationship is real, and that's how you know it's gonna last. And you're not spending all your energy on negative things, and you have more time to do things that make you happy. The third thing that everyone should start doing right now if you want to be happier is to fight nice. Now notice how I didn't say don't fight or argue at all, because that's not only unrealistic, but it's also unproductive, because sometimes great things come from arguments. If you think about it, an argument stems from 2 people feeling different ways about a certain thing. So think of an argument not as you against the other person, but you and the other person against the problem. So it's really, really important that if you are having an argument with a significant other or a friend or a family member, you don't want it to get to a point where you say really mean and hurtful things that you can't take back, because the other person will always remember remember that, and you will always remember what that other person is saying as well. But at the same time, there's absolutely nothing wrong with talking about your feelings. In fact, you should talk about your feelings, because if you don't, that leads to resentment and more problems down the road. The first thing is, don't hold back your feelings. But when you are having that disagreement or that argument, as long as your intentions are pure and you're saying it from a good place, you can tell someone anything. It's how you say it, what place it comes from. If it comes from a negative, hurtful place, it's gonna come off negative and hurtful. But if it comes from a loving, caring, concerned, genuine place, that's how it's gonna come off as well. And that way, both of you get to say exactly how you feel. And most importantly, the argument has a conclusion. And 9 times out of 10, you'll end up learning something about each other that you didn't know before, which will actually make you closer. Remember, there's nothing wrong with having disagreements. Just make sure that you're fighting nice. Number 4 is make time for the things that you want. Now, this doesn't mean if you feel like partying every day, party every day and don't do any work. It means don't let yourself get so consumed with the hard work that you're doing that you forget about doing things like spending time with your kids, spending time with your spouse, spending time with your family, hanging out with your girlfriends, going on vacation, going shopping and buying yourself nice things. Consistently doing work that you're not getting rewarded for, even if it's rewarding yourself, that's actually what causes people to lose motivation and lose their desire to work hard. We are only here once, and we're only on this planet for such a short amount of time. You want to make sure that as hard as you are working, you're making time for the people and things that are important to you. And this may sound crazy to some people, but schedule that time. If you don't schedule time to do things, whether it's a task that you're trying to complete, a project that you're trying to complete, a goal that you have, or doing something fun for yourself, or spending time with your friends and family, you might never do it. I know we've all been there, where we make tentative plans with someone to do something that we genuinely want to do, and it just never happens. You know why it never happens? Because you don't commit to a date and a time to do it. If you make work a priority and you schedule work into your week, you work from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, you do that every single week, it's in your schedule, you never miss it. Why wouldn't you do the same for your friends and family? To me, nothing is more important than the relationships that we have throughout our lifetime. Nothing. I used to be the type of person that always put work first. Work was number 1. I would sacrifice anything to work. I thought that that was how life worked, and if you didn't put work first and always make that top priority, then you were doing something wrong. But now at this point in my life, I know that that is not the case. Yes, work is very important. That's how we make money. That's how we can afford to do things like go on vacation, have a girls' night with our friends and get some drinks, or take our kids to the water park, or whatever you do that's important to you and that you find enjoyable. Yes, I know that we have to work and we have to make money to get those things done, but you don't have to make work your life. Work and life are completely separate, and you have to have a balance of both in your life. So if you're having a hard time doing that, I suggest that you take some time and write down everything that you have to do, days that you go to work, days that you have meetings, days that you have appointments to go to, like the doctor and dentist. Write all of those things down, and also write down everything that you want to do that's important and fun for you, like spending time with your kids, visiting your mom, traveling, going on date nights, having girl time. Write all of those things down and make sure that you find time in your schedule to fit those in, because I guarantee you, you can sit here and say, I don't have time for any of that now, but I promise you, if you really take a look at what's important to you, write it all down, and then look at the calendar, you can make time to fit those things in. The way that it works is whenever you say yes to something, you're actually saying no to something else. So make sure that everything that you say yes to isn't just work, but things that make you happy also. And number 5 kind of goes along with that, and it's give yourself something to look forward to. So after you've made your list of everything that you have to do and everything that you want to do, schedule those things. I guarantee you, you will find time if you look. And maybe it will consist of not staying late at work one day, or actually taking the day off, or taking a few days off to go on a vacation. And it doesn't have to be anything extravagant. Yes, it can be a vacation somewhere, but it can also be a girls' night out. It can also be a date night. It can also be you doing something that you just feel like doing. I also believe that everyone should have a hobby, at least one, that they enjoy and that you make time for. Maybe a few years ago, before you had kids or before you got married, you were super into painting. And now you realize that you don't do it anymore. You haven't even noticed that you stopped, but you don't make time for it. Make time for that. If something makes you feel good and something brings you joy, make time for it. What else are we here on this earth for if it's not living our best, most fulfilling, happy life? And yes, working and accomplishing things is part of that, because working hard and accomplishing a goal feels good. That also brings you joy, so that is part of it. But don't forget the other things that are left on the back burner and forgotten about, because it's not something that pays your bills. And I do have a bonus one for you, because it really, really does make a difference, I swear to you. And this one is eat right and drink water. You may think that it has nothing to do with being happy, because when you eat hot wings and pizza, that makes you happy. And I'm not saying not to eat the hot wings and pizza, because I'm one of the people that eat the hot wings and pizza, but I don't eat the hot wings and pizza every day. Maybe I'll eat it once a week, but throughout the week, I try my best to eat as healthy as possible, drink as much water as possible, and I'm telling you, it improves your mood, it improves your energy, it improves the way that you look, it improves your skin. And then that way, on that weekend, when you do have that pizza and hot wings, you enjoy it even more, because it's the first time you're having it for the week. So that's just a side note, but if it's something that you're not doing, I promise you, try to do it for like 2 weeks. Try your best to eat as healthy as possible, drink your 8 glasses of water per day, and I promise you, you will feel and see a difference. All right, well, that is it for this video. I really hope you guys liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it to whoever you feel would benefit from it, and please subscribe to my channel for new videos every week on inner and outer beauty. And as always, live life beautiful from the inside out, and I will see you guys on Monday.